Now, so in your future programs, more tech tips. In today's video, we're going to talk about variables and inputs. So recap from last time. Last time, you learned about strings, which is just stuff inside quotations, such that you can do blah blah blah. After that, there's also the print function, which lets you put stuff on the terminal over here, and you can see stuff over here. After that, you also learn about comments, which help other people know what your code is about. So that's like say this code does nothing. Okay? And after that, we also learn about variables. And that's where we're going to keep on going from today. So first what I want you to do is go make a price variable equal to 10. That's that. Print function. That's that. Put price. Now you don't want to put quotations around here because like I said last time, it will literally print out the word price and not the variable value of 10 in price. So whenever Python makes a variable over here, metaphorically what it does is it makes a box, and after that, this is what it is inside a box, the number 10, and this is the label on the box. You're able to call it anytime, and also we're also able to update it too. Example, we go to do price equals 20. As you can see, variables are dynamic. They're able to change. And now, let's see what happens when you run this code. As you can see, it prints out 20. Now, the reason it prints out 20 and not 10 or like 10 and 20 or doesn't make an error is because of the way that Python works. Python works going from the top line all the way to the bottom line. So that's how it runs code. So what first does is it looks at line 1. We see that we set the price to 10. So it's like, okay, price is 10. Instead, it sees they now make the price 20. So it's like, okay, now it's 20. And then it sees the print. It says Python interpreter remembers that the last time we updated price variable, it was 20, it will print out 20. So, now you can do is you can delete this. I'm going to tell you about other data types that you can store inside variables. So as you know, we can also put in strings inside variables like you did from last lesson. So I'm going to put my name here, Ahmad. As that, we can also put decimals in here, or what they're called floating point numbers, or just float for short. So that rating equals 4.8. As you can see, it doesn't error out. As that, one more thing, you can also make a boolean. Now, boolean is just a fancy way to say true or false. So as you can see, it is public. Now, either can be true, as you can see, special color over there, or either it can be false. Now, one thing to know, Python is case sensitive. So you do something like lowercase false, it won't work because Python only realizes a capital F as that a capital T. It doesn't realize any of those because as that would think those are variables, as you can see over here. As that you're also able to print out all of these. So I can go print out is public, and as you can see, Python is also able to do that too. Now for the solution to the problem I gave you. Before we go on though, for variable names, you want to have a space in there between the name. That's that you need to use an underscore. For example, let's say eat, and say you won't have an is there, right? Or I don't know, something like that. You need to put an underscore in there so that it's good. And after that, you can do this. After that, you define it and blah blah blah. Okay. So now for the solution. So for name, I put a full name, or you could put a name if you want to. I made a string for William John. After that, I put a age variable, which equals to 43. And after that, I put a is new, again with the underscore. After that, I put to true, true. That's a Boolean value. So now let's get on to inputs. So now let's talk about receiving input in Python. In Python, there is this keyword called input. And this allows you to get input from the user, and you're able to store it and do more stuff with it. So here's how to use it. You type in input, that's how you put string here. This tells the user what to do. So that you can type in what is your name, question mark. After that, you should generally put space here. Now you're probably asking, Ahmad, why do you need to put space here? Well, that's because whenever you run this program, it will put your response right next to it. So let's say you're typing, right? And after that, I put Ahmad. If you put space here, it will be here. But if you don't put space, it's going to be right next to our question. And obviously, it will not look nice. So that's why we always put space there. Personally, I also like to use a colon because I think it makes it look nicer, but that's just personal preference. And after that, you can also store this too. You can put this inside a name variable. After that, let's make a personalized greeting with this. So that you can do print hello. And after that, we got a problem. How are you supposed to put this variable name into here while you have this? Because obviously if you do this, it will literally just print hello and then name, not the variable that we got from the input. So what you can do is something called concatenation. And basically, that's just a fancy word for being able to combine stuff. So what you can do is give it a space, a plus sign, as that another space, and put the name there. As that, you're able to put variables inside the string. Now, there's also another method that you can use too to put variables inside of a string. This is called a f-string. Now, f-strings are interesting. They're basically a different type of print function. So here's how it works. You put the f in here, after that, you put space, after that, curly brackets, and now you're able to type a variable in here. I'm going to type name. And after that, let's run this code. So my name is Ahmad. As you can see, it says, hello, Ahmad, over here. Over here equals to what is your name. As that, put another input to get its age. So that's that age equals to input what is your age. And then after that, I make the string. So either you can use an f-string or concatenation, but I'll do both just to show you how it's like. There's that. Hello. After that. Actually, you don't need the comma here. After that, I do hello. After that, plus name plus. After that, we could put your age is as another space so that it's not right next to each other. And then after that, the variable age. As that, for f strings, you can put is print. So that, put f there, hello. After that, curly brackets, name. After that, your age is age. As you can see, f strings are generally much more efficient. As you can see, it is definitely shorter than concatenation.